I listened to this before I went back and started playing because that would have been really annoying. So we're gonna test this again. We'll do it live, as they say. All right, so I think we've got everything set up. Um, okay, cool. So let's go ahead and get into it. I finally got my game up. I haven't played in a couple days, like I said, because my PlayStation Remote Play just decided it wasn't going to work for a while, and then I had to take the next half an hour to get that figured. But what I encourage you to do in too early. What I encourage you to do is start an online side hustle. It can be in literally anything. Uh, the side hustle should be something that you're interested in. What's up? What's going on, Elijah? You don't have to be passionate about it. You just have to be interested in it enough to create content in it. And I think the cool thing with content is that you can just make it. You can start off where you are and grow and develop and get better over time. You don't have to be an expert in content creation. In fact, I would say the more average you are at content creation, the better you'll be in the long run. Oh, too early. The better you'll be in the long run. And the reason why I say that is actually, let me back up. If you're looking for content ideas, what I think you should do is track your journey. Too late. Track your journey. So set off to become something. Go from A to B and track your progress. It could be in fitness. It could be in starting a side hustle. It could be just getting better in cutting hair or whatever. Um, and so what you're going to do is you're just going to track where you are, and then every day you just talk about what you've learned, what you've done, what you've gotten better in. And the cool thing with tracking your journey is that people will follow you just for your journey, just to see where you've improved. So if you don't know where to get started, if you don't know how to start with tracking your journey, tracking your progress in literally anything. If you wanted to, you could track your journey in your progress of starting an online business. The really cool thing about that is you're just going to talk about things that you've learned, things that you have experienced. You can talk about your positives and your negatives, the things where you failed, and people will follow along with that. And you can build a nice community of people just simply tracking your journey and tracking your progress. So that is certainly something that I think you should do. You can also start an online business talking about stuff that you already know. For example, I made a video uh, about an hour ago, not even talking about how this lady, she has a multi six figure business simply creating content about Excel, boring old Excel. I'm going to do another video showing these guys who have a multi six figure business about jump ropes. Yes, creating content about jump ropes can bring you a decent living if you're consistent and persistent. Now, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take weeks, months, and maybe even years of being consistent. But once you are consistent and persistent, um, really cool things can happen. One thing that you've got to understand about your side hustle is that it's not going to happen overnight. Um, I had a guy, uh, he was on a live. Hey, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. I had a guy, he was on the live, not trying to rap here, but he was in the auto drafting niche. So he created, like, he uses AutoCAD all the time. He uses that software. And so I told him, go out and make content about drafting in AutoCAD. And here's what you can do. You simply will create content about drafting in AutoCAD, and people will come to you. So you're going to do a little bit of keyword research, and people are going to come to you with help. And then what you could do eventually is create a course, a step-by-step course, showing beginners how they can master AutoCAD. And that's basically taking what he does at his job. I should have swung at that. He basically is taking what he does at his job and creating a side hustle off of that. That's a really cool thing. I know some people don't want to bring their work home with them, but if you can double your income with something that you're already doing every day, why not? What are there opportunities out there? I always talk about fishing. I don't know anything about fishing, but you could essentially do the same thing with fishing. Teach people how to catch fish. If you go out on fishing expeditions, record yourself catching fish. I shouldn't have swung at that. Record yourself the process of fishing. My son wants to go fishing. I've only been fishing like twice in my life, and I was young when that happened. And so I'm going to be going to the internet. Struck out. I'm going to be going to the internet and looking up how to catch fish. We're winning. Stretch. Nice home run. So yeah, what are there ideas out there? What do you guys do? So I used to be a software developer. And I'll give you a perfect example. I was a software developer at my last job, and while I knew about how to like program and code and stuff, I didn't know about the individual coding stacks. Like we used MERN, which was Mongo, Express, React, and Node. That's a programming stack. My computer science degree gave me an overview of, basically it taught me how to learn and figure out information, how to ask questions, right? So it gave me an overview of programming. But if I wanted to learn about the different databases using Express, I went over to a website called Udemy. And with that website, there were courses that people had put together teaching me how to program using that Express database, the MERN stack. And so you can do that. Whatever you're doing at work, you essentially could teach other people, because there's many people coming behind you that want to learn what you know, even if you think what you know is boring. There's so much opportunity out there that you could take advantage of to be successful online. And really, it's all about consistency and persistence, showing up every single day, even when you don't want to. One recommendation that I do have is, if you're going to go this route, make sure that you plan everything out, like batch out your content, and you won't feel like you're working every single day. The other mindset, one thing that I think everyone needs to make is, everyone should have a mindset shift. When I talk about how hard you should work in the beginning, people will say, that sounds like a second job. And, pop out. You got to be kidding me. And I'll say, yeah, in the very beginning, it is a second job. It's a second job that you're not getting paid for. It's almost like an internship. But in the very beginning, you should approach it like a second job, where you're learning on the job, you're laying a foundation. Every piece of content that you create is a building block towards your goal. And so that's what I certainly recommend that you do. Approach it like a second job. Too often, too many people think side hustle means, or online business means, that I can just have a lackadaisical attitude about it, and then that's why they're not successful. The people that are successful attack it, and they keep working at it, and they keep building on it every single day. We all know somebody that started an online business or side hustle or whatever they want to call it, and it didn't work. And when you dive deeper into why it didn't work for them, it's because it's the way that they approached it. They approached it with I'm just going to work on it here and there, instead of saying, I'm going to learn as much as I can. I'm going to develop as much as I can. I'm going to build as much as I can, so that I give myself the opportunity and chance to be successful. Just ground it out. What other things are out there? What other boring everyday things are out there? If you love video games, create content about video games. I'm playing video games right now and talking to you guys. You could start. This is what I'm actually planning on doing. NCAA College Football 25 is coming out in July. Once it comes out, I'm going to be switching my content every good thing. What? I don't even know what that means. I'm going to be switching because right now I'm playing MLB 24 Road to the Show, and this is going to go on my YouTube channel. Once NCAA football comes out, I'm going to be switching to that, and I'm going to create a bunch of content there. And the cool thing with that is there's going to be so many people that are going to want to learn about the game. They're going to be looking up how to do different things, like how to truck someone or how to run the option, stuff like that, basic questions. And you can create content teaching people how to do that. He just hit me on purpose. The guy just hit me on purpose. Anyway, what are some of the other boring things out there that could potentially make you successful? We're going to first to third there. Perfect. If you are an expert in cooking and cleaning, you don't even have to be an expert. If you enjoy cooking and cleaning, if you enjoy cooking, you can be wildly successful online. If you enjoy cleaning, teach people how to clean. Um, it, a lot of people make the mistake of thinking, I've got to get into the make money online space and teach people how to make money online. No, you simply will find stuff that you're interested in and you can create content about it. Now it's simple, it's not easy. Figuring out what people are interested in and what will keep people coming back over the long haul is a challenge, but it's a skill that you can learn and that you can develop. Good eye. And I encourage you to go out and do it. How long does it really take you to make a TikTok video? 10 minutes at most? So what's preventing you from making, what's going on? What's preventing you from making, I don't know, 3 to 5 TikTok videos per day? The only thing really stopping you is you overthinking it, thinking that you've got to be perfect, thinking that you've got to, thinking that you have to have it all figured out. You just simply start creating content, create your own unique original content. I recommend that you show your face. A lot of people will ask. That's always a question that I get. Do I have to show my face? Yes. Be on camera. Show your face. And the reason why you want to show your face is people want to connect with you. Stretch. Oh, oh my. I just popped out. Not strong enough. Never strong enough. Anyway, people want to connect with you. And people don't care what you look like. People don't care what you sound out like, and I just popped out again to the third baseman. Anyway, what are some other boring everyday skills? If you've got skills in data entry, um, you can do that. But regular boring everyday skills. Another skill, I don't know if you guys know what this is, but Canva. Teaching people how to do stuff with Canva. If you simply just teach people how to do stuff with Canva on YouTube or TikTok, huge opportunity. Oof, really late. I shouldn't have swung at that one. Anyway, what else is out there? What are your skills? What are your expertise? Another hit me again. I just got hit again. Another hit batter. That's the second one in like 2 games. Got a bad jump there. I'm gonna go first, third, and he caught that one. Anyway, what are you gonna do? If you are an expert or pretty good in generating views on social media, teach other people, because there are lots of other people that would love to learn how to get more views. Then you can, oh my goodness, I can't believe I just swung at that. Teach other people how to get more views. Create a course. teaching people how to get more views. That's how you monetize that. Now, again, it's simple. The concept is simple. Find a problem and solve it, but it's not easy. It's not easy if you've never done it before. If you've never made $100 online, you can feel like making $100 online is impossible. But once you learn how to do it once, you just have to replicate what you did, and it becomes easier once you've done it before. That next milestone is always the most difficult until you hit it. I'm trying to think, what are some other boring everyday skills? Changing the oil. That's a boring everyday skill that a lot of people have and can monetize. Showing people how to fix a flat tire. Whatever skills you have, there's a market, there's an industry for you. Doesn't matter. Oh, it was late. Oh, it's good enough. Remember that. Whatever skills you have, there is a market and industry for you, and they're begging to give you money early. Any questions? If you're listening, list some skills or list a job function, a job role, a job responsibility. My wife is a nurse. You could create lots of content on nursing, the best shoes to wear, things they don't tell you in nursing school, how to deal with traumatic situations like a family is distraught because something traumatic happened to them, and as a nurse, you're dealing with that multiple times per day. How do you deal with that? Things to say, things not to say. Ooh. Any and every niche, and I guarantee you, creating content, because look at it like this: in your job, you help one person. At your job, you help one person, but online, you're helping tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. So I'll give you, for example, when I was a software developer, I helped one company reach their goal. However, if I teach people how to, how to build a website with the Mern stack, I'm going to be helping millions of people around the world. Oh, no. Oh, that's a bad throw. Anyway, I missed that throw terribly. So think about it like that. Where I live, there's only 100,000 people. That's the population of the city. However, if you create content online, you're going to be your area of opportunity is 4 billion people, because 4 billion people have access to the internet. Now, obviously, not all 4 billion people are going to be interested in whatever it is that you're talking about, but just think about it that way. It's great that you help people one-to-one in your local area, but you can help many more people by taking whatever you know and creating content on the internet. Look at it that way, if you could, if you will. And don't worry about everything being too saturated or overcomplicated. That's the biggest complaint that I get, as everyone says, this is too saturated. But yet you see a new person every single day that you've never seen before, creating content and being successful. Everything is too saturated, but yet you see a new TikToker every single day. You see a new YouTube video every single day. So saturation is one of those limiting beliefs that you're telling yourself, and an excuse that you're giving yourself not to be successful. Ooh, that was terrible. Anyway, so another niche which is really interesting and kind of funny to me is the wedding niche. The wedding niche is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's a multi-billion-dollar niche, and there are different aspects of the wedding niche. Think about Think about everything that goes into someone getting married. Between the photographer, let's see, get on base after taking the first pitch. Between the wedding photographer, ordering food, the dress, the tux, the ring, all that stuff. When it comes to, was that a strike? Yeah, it was a strike. When it comes to getting married. And so, if you've been married before, if you've ever gone through that process of getting married, you know that there's a lot involved. So, what if you were interested in that, you helped people get married? Like you create a planner, or you can create table numbers. If you go over to Etsy, people are creating digital table numbers, which is really really interesting to me. They create digital table numbers, so they use different fonts. They put them on Etsy, and then people buy them. You can teach content. Here's the thing that I didn't know when it came to weddings. I didn't know how to measure my ring size. Create a video helping men um, figure out their ring size. Create content talking about the different types of wedding rings, because that was a big thing on social media a few weeks ago. There were different types of wedding rings, and there was a woman out there, or engagement ring or something. There was a woman out there that wouldn't get engaged because the ring wasn't the right type. A cluster ring, I think, was the argument. But someone like me, I have no idea what a cluster ring is. You create content talking about the different types of rings, why cluster rings are no longer fashionable, um, and you can be successful. And these are like basic everyday things. Here, because it's basically summer, there's going to be like 50 weddings every single weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 50 weddings, and multiply that by all of the different cities around the United States, uh, and you've got an opportunity there. You just would tackle one aspect of a wedding, teaching people how to get married under a budget, how to plan the perfect wedding under $20,000. I don't know what the budgets are for getting married, but think about that. There's people out there asking right now, how can they get married? They just got engaged. How can they get married? How can they have the perfect wedding under $20,000? If you like weddings, if you enjoy that, you don't even have to be a wedding planner. You can just create content helping somebody, help them um, plan their perfect wedding for under $20,000. Thanks for the likes that are coming in. I appreciate it. Um, list your list your job, list your skills, and list your hobby, and I'll give you an idea for an online business. Very late. If you would list your skills, list your hobbies, and I'll give you an idea for an online business. Double play. Beat out the throw. But I mean, that's all it is. You just identify a problem that someone has, and you create content to solve that problem. Oh, whoa, that was the perfect throw. Um, what else out there? What other problems are there? What other challenges? A big one is how to save money. Oh, that was a terrible. Tips to save money, personal finance. Another example, I'll give you a perfect example. I am the head coach. I like saying this. I'm the head coach of my son's coach pitch baseball team. I'm also the head coach of both of my sons' basketball teams, right? And so, as someone that is coaching them for the first time, sound off. You can't hear me? Dre, you can't hear me? That's weird if you can't hear me. Anyway, I'm the head coach, right? And so we have practices, and I went on YouTube and I looked up practice drills for 7-year-olds because I've got between 6 and 8. Audio connection off. Is it delayed or is it off completely? I wonder. Anyway, So since I'm the coach and I want to make sure that these practices are productive, I went over to YouTube to look up shooting drills. I went over to YouTube to look up um, different drills for them to do. I'm streaming Dre the Don. I'm streaming at multiple platforms, and you're the only person that's mentioned that I've got an issue. So I don't know. Maybe are you muted? I got a bad jump there. Anyway, um, so yeah. So I'm searching for. I've got a problem. I'm the head coach of the basketball team and baseball, and so I want them to develop skills. And they're creating content on YouTube and they're monetizing it by the YouTube Partner Program. They're monetizing it with different courses. And this is all stuff that the guy that I watched his video, he's standing outside in a playground, not in a playground, he's standing outside in an outdoor court talking into the camera. And that's literally something anybody can do. It's something you could start doing right now. If you were interested, another one was I was the coach of my son's soccer team. I know nothing about soccer, right? Absolutely nothing about soccer, but none of the other parents wanted to do it. It's rec. We're not playing for championships or anything like that. So I went and looked up soccer drills for my son so that we can work on them together so he can be a better soccer player. These are all basic things that you could do. You can, whatever knowledge you have, you can just create content about it. Oh, dive. All right, throw to second. Throw to second. Oh, triangle, circle, square, square, square. Nice. Okay, great. Do you guys have any questions so far? I wonder why the audio says that it's off. Let me check real quick. I am not muted. Settings. Audio. Oh, apparently the audio is off. I wonder why that is. Let's try this. I just switched my audio to. Let me see something here. Oh, you know what the problem is? I know what the problem is. When I restarted my computer, this thing, I don't even know what it's called. This box here that controls the audio turns off, and I always forget to turn it back on. So that's why that is what it is. I'm gonna mute that. Great. So figured out what was going on. Anyway, see, perfect. A perfect example. Perfect example of troubleshooting and trying to figure things out. I wish I had to realize that. How long have I been playing? 28 minutes ago. Anyway, what questions do you guys have for me? But basically what you need to do if you want to be successful online, identify a problem that is shared between thousands or millions of people. Oh, I didn't think he was going to catch that. A problem that is shared between tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people. Identify the questions that they're asking, and then create content to solve those problems. I keep swinging at the outside pitches. That's all, quote unquote, all you have to do. Now, if you're trying to figure out problems to solve, it's really simple. This is what you're going to do. Go look at recent purchases, things that you've recently purchased from Amazon. Go look at those recent purchases, because everything that you buy solves a problem. And once you have identified a recent purchase that you want to talk about, work backwards. They call it reverse engineering, but it's just a cute way of saying work backwards to figure out the niche. So for example, what did I buy? Let's say I just bought this microphone. So the microphone helps create better content. And so you can help other people create better content. But basically, that's all you need to do. All, quote unquote, all. Again, it's going to take consistency and persistence. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. You're not going to wake up one day and declare that you're an online business owner and piles of cash are going to fall out of the sky. It is something that you're going to have to work at. And it's going to be frustrating. It's going to be angry. It might even be a little tiring. But the end result, if you're consistent and persistent enough, is worth it. I'll give you another example. When I was a software developer, one of the last job that I got, one of the requirements of me getting the job is that I had to learn Amazon Web Services, AWS. I had to get certifications in Amazon Web Services. And so in order to get certified, I had to take a few courses and I had to learn about white papers. There's a YouTube channel. His name was A Cloud Guru, who had a ton of videos talking about Amazon Web Services, talking about the newest stuff within Amazon Web Services. Power swing for a hit. And again, Amazon Web Services is one of those, it's a certification that could potentially pay you $100K per year. And this guy had an entire YouTube channel, I think he still has it, where he was just keeping people updated. The cool thing with that channel is that he eventually got other people on board, and he had a team of people working with him and for him to create content. So what do you think? What niche are you in? What niche do you want to get in? What are your interests? What are your skills? What are your hobbies? What do you enjoy to do on your time off? And you can create content around it. Literally anything. You'd be surprised at all the stuff that I see over on TikTok that people are monetizing. Go back. He's going to be thrown out. Nope, he made it. What else? All right. Great. What other questions are there? I'm kind of annoyed that I was that there was no audio for a while. Anyway, we got to figure it out. People will ask about this lighting setup. You can create content showing people the lighting setup. Summer's coming up. You could actually create content for parents with a summer school schedule, things that they can work on and learn. And you could even do that based on age. So a summer school schedule for 8-year-olds or 10-year-olds or whatever it is. And you put together a little schedule so that they're not just sitting around all day watching TV. Keep them organized, prepare them for the next level. Like, these are all ideas that you can just come up with off the top of your head. What I'd recommend that you do is write down 5 or 10 ideas that you have, and then think about the types of questions that people are asking with regard to those ideas. The easiest thing you can do is just take a look at whatever you've got going on in your life, like the summer school thing. You could create content preparing high school graduates for college. A great example was when I went to college. This is how old I am. Back in my day, we didn't even have high-speed internet. We had dial-up, right? And so when I went to college, it was the first time that I saw high-speed internet. It was the first time that I saw an Ethernet cord. And so I didn't know the difference between an Ethernet cord and a phone jack. They looked the same essentially, but they were different sizes. And I didn't realize there was a difference until I tried to plug in my phone jack into the Ethernet port. You could create content preparing kids for school, the type of bedding that they need, the essentials that they need for going to college for the first time. Because you got to realize there are millions of kids, probably millions of kids that are going to be going to college for the first time in the fall. And so you can create content preparing them. Like, what size microwave do they need? I guarantee you, if you go look on Google, that's a highly searched topic. The size microwave they need for college dorm rooms. I was way early on that one. Okay, so this is going to be the end of this session. But you can simply identify, there's so many problems out there that you can identify and create content. Organization, how to organize a garage, how to organize your kitchen. But yeah, that college one is really, really funny to me because I didn't realize there was a difference between a phone jack and an Ethernet cord. Too early. I remember my uncle gave me his old his old laptop that had AOL on it still. Most of you guys don't have no idea what I'm talking about with the AOL. With AOL, you could get free internet connectivity for like 50 hours. And so that allowed you to get online for 50 hours for free. After that, you'd have to pay, I guess, or you could just, the weird thing is with that, they would send you a CD that you could use to connect, but you could just collect CDs. Like, you could just collect like 20 CDs, go up and down the block, grab those CDs, or get CDs from your next door neighbor who wasn't going to use it. That was kind of weird. Anyway, you get a certain amount of free AOL every single month, and you would use that to connect to the internet. And then once you connected to the internet, you'd use it to download music. Those were the days. You could download music for I've got probably like 100 CDs of their just different music, different mixtape songs and all sorts of stuff. But let's see, he's not going to make that. Anyway, all you have to do is identify a problem that you've solved in your life recently. That's it. This works around the world. I always get the question, does this work in my country? Yes. Does your country have problems? If yes, you can create content to solve those problems. It popped out there. Believe it or not, create content that affects your country. It will work. 1 for 3. It will work. Ooh, bases loaded. I need a sacrifice fly here. Oh, I hit into a double play. 11-2. Was that that was a strike. What other questions do you have for me? One thing you could do is go to the website that you go to the most. For example, if you go to Etsy, go look over on Etsy and see what things people are searching and talking about. You can go to a website like Google Trends, trends.google.com. Another pop out. And you can take a look and see what things people are talking about there. I uploaded a video on YouTube today talking about you could start making reaction videos. React to popular videos. Really simple. You could react to video game trailers. For example, I'm sure if you were on TikTok the last 2 weeks, you saw a ton of videos of people talking about their excitement in the new NCAA College Football 25. Create content reacting to it. There was a guy who there was a guy who made TikTok videos reacting to BBL Drizzy, all of the different variations of BBL Drizzy. He made content reacting to him. Damn, so you gaming? Yeah, I'm playing a game right now. I'm actually playing MLB 24 Road to the Show, and like I mentioned in July, I will be playing. I'll be playing on my YouTube channel NCAA College Football 25. All right, so that is that for that.